and to our lifestyle segment, which of course is always made possible by Lipton Tea, the world's favorite tea brand and my personal favorite as well. So grab yourself a cup of Lipton tea and let's get straight into this discussion. And this morning we are talking about personal style. Now, a lot of time people say that the way you dress determines how people address you, which I personally believe to be true. And how does one identify their personal style? Now, Audrey Hepburn was known for her cropped pants and her ballet flats. We had Jackie O with her oversized sunglasses. How do you find a style that will suit your personality? Well, in the studio to tell us all about it this morning, Amma and myself, we have Emma Adu Owusu, who's an image consultant from Kobadem Grooming and Etiquette. Good morning, Emma.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay, so let's start off by you telling us what's your personal style is. How would you describe your style?
Elegance.
Elegant.
And fashion and grooming and etiquette, there are about 5 to 6 different types of styles. You have, for example, the eccentrics, you have the casual-minded, you have the hip-hop. And so to define whom you are as a person, you need to find out, based on your personality, the sort of image you like to depict.
Right.
I'm into the business of image consulting. People talk with me, they ask me questions on grooming and etiquette. And therefore, I'm obliged to look the way I say I am, for example, because that inspires confidence in my clients and those I train with. And then based on that, I can assist them to go wherever it is they want to go.
Right. So personal style is basically a way of expressing your personality.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, this morning, when we were doing our lineup, we all kind of defined what we thought our style was. Amma said she was more eclectic. I said my style is sophisticated with an edge. And Benny said he was debonair gangster or something. So, yeah, that's our personal style. So this actually kind of reflects our personality.
Yes, absolutely.
So with Amma, for example, being eclectic, what does that say about her?
It talks about the fact is, I say I lean on all naturals, anything that is symbolic and defines her feelings, her emotions. I see it in what she's wearing. I see the oversized earring. It is me. I define myself this way. I see it in the dressing, in the glimmer in the dress. It is casual. It is just sophisticated and classic. It tells you this is the kind of person I am. I know who I am. I know where I'm going to. And if you like, you can take a walk with me. That is what
That's what I'm saying.
Am I right, Amma?
Okay.
Close enough.
Okay, now I said I was sophisticated with an edge.
Yes.
So how would that describe my personality?
To define that somebody who is willing to take risk, daring. I look at what you're wearing, and that's a daring dress. And it's classic. You need to have that confidence to pull off this kind of dress because you have the shoulders exposed. You have the cut in between there, and then you have the neckline that sits as if you're wearing like a chain, and it fits you. If you're not confident and daring and like, I can do this, you can't pull off a
Let me ask you, in terms of defining personal style, I feel like most times older people have it down a little bit more easier. Maybe they've had more life experiences and so forth.
True.
But most times when younger people are looking up to who to, I guess, emulate for their personal style, they'll look at their celebrities, they'll look at who they like. And I'm going to maybe take it to Ghana. Somebody loves Jackie Appiah, and there was a time when in their movies they used to put flowers on their neck.
Oh my God!
Thank God that's phased out.
Thank God.
Are you sure about that? No, but there was a time people used to do that, and then a lot of university students started doing that. I remember, for example, when the One Show first started, the kind of jackets Jocelyn would wear, people started doing it because they'll emulate it. So, but the thing about it is, is it not a good idea if I want to dress like Becca or something, but yet I don't have Becca's body type?
Exactly.
How do you find that balance in terms of where to look?
That's an excellent question. You've asked this from two perspectives. Let's look at the first perspective. The older ones, like you say, have it more ironed out because they are matured, they've settled in life. The younger ones, the teenagers, are still in their what I call bouncy stages. Today it is Becca, tomorrow is Yvonne, next tomorrow is Jackie. You understand? So you find that they are constantly evolving. It is difficult to pin them in on a particular style. But trust me, as they go into their 20s, late 20s, early 30s, it is defined. And that moves them on. Now you talk about the fact that people, for example, admire somebody like Becca. You don't have a body type. Becca is a pear-shaped lady. And you have a situation whereby she wears certain dresses, it looks good on her, and that doesn't look good on you. But the first thing you need to do is that you can look good, but find out what your body type is. It's establish what
But
your
that's the
body
thing.
type
People
is.
don't know that it doesn't look
They'll
good on
just
them.
copy
They'll just
blindly.
because Becca's wearing it, they want to wear it too, and they feel that it's
Exactly.
okay.
That is why the fashion industry is earning billions, trillions, if you may, because they take a particular image and they sell that image to you. If you wear this, you are going to look better than Becca. And they're like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then you do it and you look like, a fat lady selling something.
Okay, so how would you advise somebody who is completely clueless about their style? Everybody has to have an individual style that suits them, that speaks to them and all of that. But I personally believe that fashion is what you buy. And then style is what you do with it. Because there's a lot of fashion out there. So you can buy everything if you want. But what you do with it is what will make...
Like looking put together.
You can create your own personal style.
Exactly.
So if someone is totally clueless, what are the steps? How do they go about finding or getting into their own and finding that look that best works for them and best describes them?
If you don't know exactly what defines you, train. Have an image consultant. Over here, it's just it's something that is gradually picking up. But overseas, everybody who is somebody has a stylist who will work with you and find out exactly what image you want to project and assist you to project. That's why image consultants are around, for example. Cobadan, for example, we've done a lot of public seminars. We're organizing 3, for example, this month. One is taking place today at the College of Physicians and Surgeons about grooming and etiquette. In that period of time, which we're going to spend with the people today, Saturday, and next week, Wednesday, by the time they leave, they'll be able to know exactly what their body type is. Men and women, and in fact, men should know they have body types. So they should not think that it's the Coca-Colas or the guitars. No, they also have body types, be it skinny, fat, round tummy, whatever it is. When you know exactly what your body type is, then we train you on what to wear to suit your body type. That's one. Then secondly, we find out from your personality how you want to define your image. Are you an Afrocentric person? Are you a casual looking person? We should show you the clothes that will define your image. And then based on that, you have it put together. Otherwise, it takes you a longer time to get to where you want to go. Otherwise, you can read, and then hopefully one of these days it will strike you that, yes, this is the kind of person I am and this is how I want to look like.
Okay, let me ask how things like your hair and your makeup also impact on, how you're defining your personal style.
Exactly.
With me being the kind of person I am, I'll probably rock my afro today.
Absolutely.
Next week, I might have a long weave down my back. The following month, I'll have braids. That's the kind of person,
you are.
But however, if I'm going to get a certain hairstyle, but there's not, maybe I'm looking like really corporate bob hairstyle, but I'm dressed like baggy jeans, which I do that sometimes, then there's a mismatch. Where do you, like how, I guess sometimes some people don't know, and most people may not be able to get to a personal image consultant. They're sitting at home. Okay. So what advice do you give to them in terms of how to do it, almost learn a little bit themselves?
All right, fine. The thing there is that Africa, they should picture it in their mind's eye. Africa is all about naturalness. Okay. So for example, I like using you as an example. You have done the natural hair. That is an African symbol. It goes with your hair to start with. You've done the black, which is of course traditional and laid back and powerful. Black is a powerful color. And then you've lightened the tone by adding this to it. This is natural. This is you. And next week,
when I have my Brazilian weave or something,
and then next week you can be like her. And you find that the hairstyle she's wearing goes
complements
exactly.
As well.
So I'm trying to say that, look, if you decide you want to do an elaborate dress, an expensive dress with all the shimmering in it, please do something glossy as a hairstyle.
So so basically it's a whole package. It's not just okay.
Otherwise, there's a disconnect somewhere. There's a disconnect somewhere, and it doesn't make any sense. So, for example, what you're wearing, your earring, your hair, your dressing, it's complete. Look at her as well. The cut of the dress, the hairstyle,
power dressing, as we call it. She's power.
So you are unique. I can read you, and I can read her, and there is no disconnect.
Okay.
But fancy you, African hair with wearing this kind of weave.
You mean the earrings?
The earrings.
Okay.
It has this African connotations about it that goes naturally with your natural hair.
Okay.
If she can perhaps want to do a glossy thing, but I will connect more with you if you have a natural. Because then it completes it to start with. Okay. That's how you look at it.
Right. Should your age, your occupation, and your lifestyle also determine how you dress, the way
Absolutely.
you dress.
Absolutely.
Should you factor all those things
You
in?
should. I mean, look, the kind of dress you're wearing, this is true. You have the body type, your age, you have the personality. You can't see me doing something like this. Unless, of course, I'm going to clubbing or I'm going somewhere. The occasion, the event, to a large extent, should determine what you wear. I mean, there are instances where people go to bank wearing a dinner dress. Jeez, it's dinner, not bank dress. Bank is corporate, so you tone it down. Talk about shoes, for example. Anything that glitters excessively and that attracts color is a nighttime affair. And so you do that in the daytime.
Glittery shoes in a day.
We beg.
In a day. We beg.
We beg. If you didn't know, thanks to lifestyle, we're educating ourselves. So we forgive ourselves for our past errors. We are moving forward. Are we getting? So basically, that's how we look at it to start with. And then we'll say that, for example, you should know what field you belong to. Corporate industry, you have corporate industries that govern it. Social industry, entertainment industry, you have the bright colors and the accessories that govern it. You also have what they call it conservative industries, or let's say those are more into, let's say, the social functioning. It's a mixture of the two. So you must aim to strike that balance. Otherwise, you end up looking overdressed or underdressed.
Okay, as an image consultant, generally, who are the sort of people who come to you for advice? Is it generally more corporate people, or you have, like, I don't know, younger people coming to you as well?
It's a mixture, but more corporate, because now a lot of companies in Ghana are keen on projecting the right image of themselves and their staff. So a lot of corporate people talk to me, teach them on, corporate colors, teach them what to wear in terms of their suits, men and women, because it's unisex. What we do is both men and women all the time. And so we find that there's a large crop of corporate people who are getting concerned about the ethics of their staff, especially when it comes to the etiquette, the dining and stuff, and handshake and stuff like that. Because I met a lady yesterday, and she tells me that, look, I went to the canteen to have a meal, and I saw a staff after doing the fufu thing. They looked left and right, picked up the bowl and dunked the soup down, and she felt like dying. And
because that was something you do at home or in the chop block. Okay.
Or hiding in a corner.
Okay.
Make sure nobody's
don't do it in a corporate lunch.
No,
okay.
You don't. It's embarrassing. So we get to train them, because really it's not their fault. As the society gets more cosmopolitan, you have different types of people converging, and there must be systems and dynamics to make sure that these things are regulated. Otherwise, people end up going above board, and then it becomes a big problem.
Okay, quickly before we end, just tell us about your event. It's tonight, and then...
Yeah, the Cobadam Grooming and Etiquette Seminar is taking place today.
Oh, today, not tonight.
Today at the College of Physicians and Surgeons. We also have the same similar program on Saturday, and then next week, Wednesday. Okay. We keep the people from 8 in the morning till 4 p.m. Take care of them, feed them, and then make sure that they live there with something worthwhile.
Okay.
Okay, so a lot of time people say, like I said in the intro, that you should dress the way you want to be addressed. Is that necessarily true?
Absolutely. If you want to be addressed as a hooker, dress as a hooker. If you want to address as
what
a
if you're
mama?
not a hooker, but you
like
style,
to dress?
you like to, your style is more more sexy or overly exposed. Does that necessarily mean that?
That's an excellent question you've asked. The thing there is that you never get a chance to write a first impression.
And that's the first impression.
Yes, if I see you dressed as a hooker, that's a hooker. What's your number, girl?
On that note, we'll wrap up on this segment. This has been our lifestyle segment. We've been talking about personal style, and hopefully you have picked up a few tips. And of course, a big thank you to our segment sponsor, Lipton Tea, the world's favorite tea brand, and also it has a lot of inspiration flowing from nature. Do stay with us. We'll be back with